Welcome to day 163 of backtesting until I am profitable. Today is October the 4th, 2025, and let's get to it and learn more about our model. So I'd like to be doing this inversion FEG model. Okie dokie. Right. So now I'll start on the daily time frame. We're on the 31st January. And looks like we're dropping. Now we have this huge SMT with ES. Do you have any news today? January 31st, we have Fed interest decision and Fed press conference in the afternoon. So we can actually even wait for the afternoon instead. Alright, now I think we will be able to reject this gap and then potentially go higher. We'll see what FOMC can do. The reason is because we have a POI supporting price and we have a good run on liquidity. I'll drop down the 4 hour. See, we're currently in this gap here. Now this is my external buy side liquidity. This one's here. So if we reject here, then obviously we'll be heading for these lows, but we didn't put in a manipulation yet, for which I see that this is the only manipulation that's there. So I'd like to wait more and see what happens during FOMC. Let's see what happens at the open. Alright, so we've opened lower here, formed yet another SMT here. When you zoom this out, you can see that from here to here, it's another internal SMT. Go down to 1 minute, run an intermediate low. Okay, very good displacement to the upside. We've started pushing higher, and I see that we've burst this gap here, and I think it's a sign that it will be about to go higher. And the funny thing is that we've already hit this high here, yes, but this one is still standing, so you can target it. But I think market could put in another retracement. Let's wait for one more candle here. Now when we check out the 5-minute time frame, it looks like the SMT is still holding, but there is a better manipulation, as I can see here. Now on the 1 minute, let's close this here. Right, so I see an SMT here and an inversion internally. And well, I'd like to see a retracement, honestly, because I mean, the way it's looking, can have one, but already retraced into the gap. So I think here, and we're still in the macro as well. But when we check the 5 minute, we can have some rebalance back into premium here. Probably this gap there. So if we take buys inside here, then our stop goes be like 1-to-1, something like this. So you can buy like 10 contracts of this move to break even once price hits somewhere around there. It can be an auto break even. Okay, looks like we're gonna get stopped out in just one candle, because price has already hit premium, and when you check the 5-minute out, stop loss here. Yep, stop loss exactly. But I still think the entry will be valid, because when you check the 2-minute, it's a fair value gap retracement, and I really like how the candles are closing. But let's just wait and see if it draws higher. So it fails. Let's fast forward it to the FOMC session though. It's 13:44 now. Let's do the analysis. If we go up on the 1 hour, looks like I was wrong, which is totally fine. Like, we're terribly dropping. These SMTs didn't hold except for this one here, from this low here. Well, that one is still holding. This SMT from here, this one is still holding. For which I think, well, it's possible that we could go higher. But before we take that conclusion, let's see. The sell side level was taken out, by the way. So this is something like this. Now, if we're going to go higher, then this will be a target, this and this. Let's see what FOMC does. And up on the 4 hour, you can see that we're trying to reject that. Right now, I go to the 1 hour. Okay, looking good so far. Which is our buy side levels mapped out. So we've created some inversions and we've progressed higher. So I think maybe I could have one more manipulation right before FOMC. So let's just wait. The FOMC sets in. I think it's Fed interest decision. Yeah. So we've run this high, but we have an SMT from here to here. There's an SMT. So if you convert into this gap, then I'd look for sells. Going on the 5, you can see that we've already taken out these lows. We're forming like a deeper SMT. So what do I learn here? That even though we're dropping, it's also another kind of manipulation. Because when you check here, we have an SMT, but we also have sweeps. So let's see. Okay, full retracement back into the upside. I think it's gonna drop from here, like possibly target these lows. I think we can take an internal sell regardless of those SMTs. Something like this. Really huge thing here. So relatively equal lows. 1430 will either kill us or make us. Okay, get stopped out right there. And well, as we were getting stopped out, market was busy creating another buy entry model, for which like I executed against what I should have done. So this is the SMT, right? And then the sweep, and we go down to the 1 minute. You can see that this gap created by the FOMC was inversed. So this is where I should have bought at this previous candle here. This is where I should have put in my buy orders. So that we have an SMT and some internal range sweep, which is absolutely beautiful. So we got a sweep of liquidity and an internal market structure shift. So here should be a buy entry probably to this buy side liquidity. Let's see if it reaches there. If I put my stop there and my target right there or right there, and then risk 5. With my stop loss here and take profit there, and then profit gets hit 1.8 R. You can go to the next day. So the bias was correct, but it then executed later in the day. So what I've learned here is that 14 to 14:30 there's 2 news, so it's better to trade after both of them because the first one can be kind of manipulative in my opinion. Let's go to the next day. Anyways, after hitting the buy side, looks like it ends up dropping. Let's check out the 1 hour. Like hits buy side right here, forming an SMT, then drops, which is absolutely insane. So I like the way it's looking. Now, going back on the daily, honestly, it looks like it's gonna drop. Like it's not showing yet a rejection of this huge fair value gap, which I think is possible. Let's grade this gap and see. Rejection encroachment. Let's grade this as well. Or in discount. Well, we tapped it by a few ticks, few handles. So I think here I'm gonna frame it bearish, as in target lower lows until maybe I'm proven otherwise. It's the first day of the week, of the month, sorry, and it's an FP tomorrow. Do like this. This is a daily low here. It's 4 hour on ES. We are in this kind of fair value gap from yesterday, the NFP. Right now we go to the 1 hour. 1 hour we have this gap here, which I think we're gonna drop. Honestly, I think we could be about to continue lower. Now this is external range liquidity and more external range liquidity there. Now if we go internally, 15 minute, we have some pre-market highs and a fair value gap. We've run these highs here. Because here comes the manipulation. Did we run this high now? Yeah, this high was run, so we could sell if we form a inversion there. Inversion fair value gap closed below the gap, and we're bearish. SMT and a sweep and internal sweep here, so we can sell this. How big is this stop? 25 handles, and target internal range liquidity. Yeah, 10 point stop loss. I mean 10 contracts. So are we in discount? If we're in discount, I'll move to break even. Tap discount by a tick. So this was a retracement according into this fair value gap. So we go wrong here, which is totally fine. And go up on the 15. Okay, it's looking good so far. We're still in this gap here. So the macro is about to start. I still think we're bearish. We've put in a beautiful sweep here. We're in a 15-minute fair value gap, right? We have these beautiful lows here. Go to the 1 minute, we can see that we have yet another inversion, very beautiful inversion here. And I don't think, okay, it's possible, but the 5 minute also has an inversion here. So let's see if we sell it from here, stop there, target this low here. How will this be? How's the 4 hour though? I'm gonna take with this. Why? Because when I go to daily, we're in this gap here. Retracement into a gap there, but I think we can actually sell it. So this is where I moved break even. Okay, it's consolidating really much, too much. Oh, I didn't set this SL, so SL is at break even now. Yeah, very good here, very good displacement. Now we'll check the 5. If we take out this low here, then we close the full position. So I like to hold this position so that the full thing can be taken out. I'd like to wait and see. Does the full thing get taken out? No, don't tell me it's gonna retrace. Check out, where is it at? It's right here. So ES hasn't taken it out yet. So let's just wait and see. So this thing is really keeping us on the line. So I think this is where like I should close the profits instead, like down at this low here, but then we have an SMT. So yeah, this is so disappointing, man. I mean, it's retracing back into the gap, so you can actually close the position or suggest it here and see. So the lesson here is the market won't do what you expect. The low hanging fruit is this thing here. So if we go back like to somewhere around here, okay, the orders will be screwed up. This is where I should have closed the position, like at this low, or at least closed the measure of the position. I've seen this multiple times where market hits the full, it doesn't want to hit the full TP. So for example here, let's say I close 4 of them, and then let's say I buy 4 of them, right? So now I have less left on the table and it doesn't end up reaching this here, which is absolutely insane. So you can actually close the position, or like smooth the SL higher, you can see like it will end up getting hit if we're, let's keep it there and see. Okay, that's what we just saw. We won't like recover from this. See, like no matter what, we end up getting stopped out and over like dumb stuff. So low hanging fruit is the way to go. So I think this day ended up as a loss. Let me check it out in another tab. Okay, now this is confusing. What kind of church is this? So I'll remove this. No, we're rejecting the daily fair value gap, but this kind of candles are, I don't know why they're screwed up. Let me check the 4 hour. Okay, Friday closed somewhere here, opened here. Okay, so the SM, the big gap on the high time frame is not as it looks. Yeah, okay, and it's something like, look at how it's looking like. I have this huge week, which shows that we could potentially drop. We never know. But now look at this gap. I don't know why this gap keeps showing. How did I fix it on my trading view? Let me check the daily, how I fixed it on trading view. I think I have some settings. Alright, so I'll just use it as is. When I go on the 4 hour, well, I have this huge 4 hour gap, and yesterday markets pulled higher. Now we've retraced into a bigger fair value gap. Now when I go here, you can see that we have SMT from here to here, huge one. Do we have an SMT on the lows? No. So we have some correlation here. Now where is discount of this move, this swing here? I'm pretty close to it, but that could be the internal target. This is SMT 1 hour. Zoom this in. We also have a new, what is it, new day open gap. Okay, for which we can even grow back to. So There is no limit on what could happen. So we've already dropped it. Oh yeah, NFP day. Crazy. So we've put in the sweep. Then at 8:30 we've dropped. Now we have a 15 favorite gap for should, like if we can retrace into the end dog and this gap, then potentially drop. But also I'd like to see an internal manipulation before I take any kind of shorts. So we end up running this high here. NQ hasn't done that yet. And then we run this low here. Forming this. Now here we can take an internal swing. Let's check it out. And target this internal high. Very good swing. Very good swing, brother. Now we've hit the end dog and we're in the gap. Okay, I'm gonna sell it here for about 10 handles. So I'll target it to rebalance first, or at least some PDRA in discount, because you know it could also form an SMT to the downside. If it hits this low, I'll close. What a loss, bro. The trade we didn't take profit, the one we took, it killed us, which is absolutely insane. Let's remove this and wait a little bit more for some more manipulation. Then we form yet another. Okay, we're forming like SMT after SMT. Internally form some kind of SMT as well. Okay, end up closing below this gap here, creating an impression at this candle here. Let's see, if we sell this and put our stop loss right there, still the discount of this from here to here will be below. So if it reaches here, we move our stop loss. Okay, it's created another internal inversion, so we could be wrong, and we've also run these lows, so it's gonna reverse here. I'm confirm with this, even though we end up closing in loss, but I'm pretty confident with that. So I could actually execute on bullish buys here, because if we were wrong, it's possible that we could be wrong, and you can see that it's already rejecting here, so we should have taken buys. Wait a minute, I thought I closed the position. Oh yeah, I moved the SL shit. Instead, I should execute buys on this thing like this and ignore this gap, then target relatively equal highs like this. This is the buy side, and then after putting in, so inversions work when you're on the good side of the market here. So that after putting in this inversion here, now here one could execute. Oh, okay. Let's close it here. So I want just to test the way I did that. Entering here, buys here, you stop here, I sell here, and the target being the buy side liquidity will give you a 1 to what? I don't know the exact risk parameters, but it will swap an SMT there and then take profit. It gets hit right there. So this was looking really fine. Sweep, shift, retest. I'm not confident that this is discount here. Okay, tap discount by take back, whatever. So we were wrong on the bias. That's where we got everything wrong in this NFP day. Next new game session, we got the daily. Yeah, we're bullish, no discussion. I wonder why these candles are still looking so messy. Let me switch it up. How can I fix my daily time from trading on trading view? Is putting in big gaps. It looks like you can find a way to change it. Raise in the 4 hour, we've hit a target here. We're in the February gap, 1 hour. Perception 1 hour is pretty crazy. It's a Monday 5th. Down. Yes, we have a good gap here. But we have some internal liquidity here. So yeah, last day's PM session high. We also have yet another low here. We've just run this one. I would like to see this low get run. which we fall short of it. Okay, that's the move that I was waiting for. Right now, let's see if an inversion can form. Do we close above it? No, we're still inside. Market manipulate continues dropping. It could be wrong, it's possible. And now inside here we form a rejection, and that forms after we run this low and this one and this one as well. So let's go to 1 hour. So we run this one. Now I'd like to see it probably start distributing higher, reach my stops will be below here at 400, and then initial risk for the day. Turn on target, and I move to break even once we take out this high here. Okay, very aggressive stop. Click up on the 5, looks like we're bearish, and I was wrong, and we took our loss of the day, and we move on. Just absolutely no more. Could be rebalancing here. Let's go to the next day though. Inversion, very good move to the upside, sorry. And this, we didn't retrace the discount with this move, which is totally fine. Let's check it out. Yeah, but this that happened yesterday was enough, and you can see at 11 we actually start pushing higher. So could we have found an entry at 11 yesterday, Monday? So after the drop, market pushes higher, slowly by slowly. And this is where the inversion gets created at. And we deliver here, the PM session. Now how's this day looking like? We've pretty okay, this is looking okay. So I'm bullish here. I'm looking for these highs here to get taken out. Very good 1 hour gap. We have a small external range liquidity sweep down to 15. Very beautiful inversion and beautiful gap that you could retrace to as the ICD classic national model sweep shift retest. So here I'd like to say internal manipulation form, and then I will execute on that. Internal manipulation, so I can go up on the 5. Internal range liquidity, there is this, there is this as well, and then the external range. So this is the internal range liquidity that we'll be looking for too. This one as well. Yo, what just happened here? Crazy sweep. And then we inverse that, and then we end up taking out this low here. Very volatile price movements. and we have an SMT at the highs. So this inversion is okay. I'm not pretty sure if I can enter in those market conditions, man. It's really aggressive. So there won't be an very sure I will do that. So now we're starting to distribute higher. No fair value gaps being burst or something like that. Then we start distributing lower. Hey, very bullish. Yikes, look at where we dropped to. So I wonder why. So here, I think, where would you switch biases? The moment we create this inversion, or the moment we run the highs and create an SMT. Or here already, we've already got this exact high and this one here. We have some kind of SMT. And dropping, push higher, run one more run, and then with price drops, creating this inversion here. So I think this one will be like a sign to enter, even though it's like it's really early. Like the second minute of the market is crazy, but maybe if this retracement here could give us an entry on the other model right here. So retracement into a fair value gap here. And the inversion is here. So the entry will be something here, but then this will be like selling low. That's the problem. Even if you take it a 1-to-1 and you sell it, this a pretty huge stop though. Let's see. Yep, really big money there. Let's close. No. Let's close like 4 of them. And risk 500. Okay. Now we've run this low. We trade it, which is absolutely insane. I mean, like it would retrace and then take us out the next candle. Haha. Look at this. So this is selling low, which is something dumb that no one should try, except if we traced into a 15-minute fair value gap. That will be the only point where sales will be accepted. So for a 15-minute fair value gap retracement, okay, we already did that retracement on ES. On this high here. Relatively equal highs. I'm not gonna trade against that. So here, this will be the other model: sweep, then shift, then retest. Then you trade to these lows here. I'm not going to take this because obviously it's not in this model and it will be destroying the stats of this model. But let's just wait and see. Very good distribution. You can see how good it distributes the downside. Sweep, shift, then retest. First few minutes before market close, which is absolutely great. But here you will enter early, like the create an inversion on this low here for this model. Like we closed below the gap, so if you enter, then this will be like your kind of trade. Okay, so we're in some kind of shitty consolidation, but now I'm bullish. Depending on what the market is showing, we're pushing higher. We have very painful weeks here. Previous daily lows, external range liquidity, 1 hour. I can see we're soaring high, so high like an eagle. Some premium gap, discount gap here, but I think we're like the open, we're there, we take out the liquidity. The 15 have some, on the 5 have some internal range liquidity, like this and this. So we've run the previous daily high right at the before the open, and then we drop, which means we're heading for these lows here. Well, what makes me think so? We've inversed the 5-minute gap, and 1 minute we've inversed this gap as well. So the moment we inverse this gap and retrace into this one, on this candle here will be a candle 2 and playbooks. Well, we've run this low, which is also suspicious, but look at this inversion here, sweep, shift, retest of the gap, 32. So I'm kind of sensitive at this minute, like I don't take trades this early. Let's just wait and see them deliver lower though. And here it is, full delivery. So we just ran this low only. So it looks like we've already reversed. This happens many times where we edge the stop loss. Now we create an inversion inside like this. Keep in mind we're still bullish, even though the market is looking like this. But then this will be suspicious if you go on the 15 or the 1 hour. I've already hit the all-time highs as well. Oh, sorry, not all-time highs, just the daily highs. So I'd like to long it here, honestly. To target this high. 1-to-1, man. Seriously, bro? Well, the all-time high, at least like 1.8. So we've run this high, which I should move to break even, but I'm gonna wait because the retracement are aggressive. See, aggressive retracement, which I think that we could be rejecting this 5-minute gap there. Let's wait and see us get stopped out. Yeah, we'll put in another drop lower. Have we ran this low yet? We'll buy a tick. Still waiting, it's just 10 a.m. in the morning, so we've created now a 5-minute inversion gap and more inversions as well, for which, man, we're going higher. It's just that I don't have what to show for it. So my entry was, where was it? Here. I get wicked out, then price runs directly to take profit. I'm pissed off. Wow, very, very beautiful delivery on the day. What's this like from where I wanted to buy it? $150 points. Not that I'm gonna catch the top, but bro. Okay, let's see. Can we trade PO3 of this thing? 15-minute retracement into a fair value gap. Now we can go down to the 5-minute. Well, 5-minute nothing much. Internally though, I have a small inversion here, for which an entry will be like a few candles earlier. Here will be the entry. So it could be the long here. Stop right below the low, few ticks below, then the target there. If we risk 1%, that's like $500. Let's risk like 400. So 400 over 40, that's 10. But I want to keep like a consistent risk. Like if it's 1%, then it's 1%. But then keeping 1% on this prop firm account is really risky though. Do the dance. Retracement back into the inversion, and it's gonna go higher probably. Let's see. When you run the lows, what's getting that 15 fair value gap? Okay, go back to the 1 minute and then we wait. We'll probably deliver some other time. Sweep inversion. Here you can buy again. My darling. So if we run that high, I'll be moving to break even. Okay, very good run of the high. Come on, you just hit take profit already. Where are we at here? What kind of movement is this? Let's go back a little bit. Like, why would you close it here? Like, it's a few ticks to take profit. I don't know how my exit should be though. Okay, let's say we enter by inversion and we exit by inversion, right? If I close it here, I'll be closing like 540 in profit, reaching right here for these relatively equal highs. Inversion, we close. Okay, this is so disappointing though. I mean, we could have closed it in profit right there. So this is a tricky thing that I'm trading, but you can see that we delivered. It delivered on the power of 3. Beautiful. I mean, like no, finish not from me. Oh, tomato, put that thing back. Oh, babe. Ooh. So we're already at all-time highs. Now we go down to the 1 hour. I'm bullish, as you would expect. 1 hour fair value gap inside there that we are in. I'd like to say delivery to the upside. Probably this is the lowest hanging fruit. Later than this high as well. We're in this 1 hour gap. I mean, it's also a 1 hour gap, by the way. So if we drop lower, I will totally understand what price will be doing there. Gotta be open-minded, but so since I can frame it both ways, this day is not like the highest probability that there could be. So internal range liquidity will be this high here. But so if we're going lower, then we could probably run this high, but I'm like to see like a move to the upside. Market opens in a few. Okay, market's about to open. Boom, we open. We drop with the wicks. Liquidity here. Ho, 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 ho. Sell your shares, sell your shares. How's the 1 hour looking like? So this last few minutes could be a game-changing thing. Consider we're rejecting the 1 hour. Now I can frame it in one direction as well. See that we have some. Well, okay, it's not an SMT though, but it was so close. Anyways, but then this will be giving me a skewed risk to reward. Like I have this huge stop, then my target will be this 1 to 4R 1 point. Oh, sorry. So 24 handles. If I want to risk 400, so 24 times 2. 8. Sell 8 of them. Okay, let's see. Does it deliver? We run this slow here. So here is a break even because it's also forming an SMT. Okay, why am I moving to break even really early though? It's because we're in volatile conditions. Stop loss. So I was correct on the bias, even though like the market could be framed in two orientations. The lesson here is that yeah, you could be right. Retracement into a small 15-minute gap. We go down to this here. I see, you can see this, and then an inversion created here. We close above it right here, and then we start drifting. But we have this fair gap here, so low probability for me. So on the 1 hour, let's see, how do you think this new candle could form? Obviously bullish, for which I expect it to drop, then start pushing higher. So since it's done that, let's just wait and see how it delivers. How the 15-minute though? 15 minutes is not looking that promising. We've run this high here. I feel sure of this one. We run these lows. These ones were run on ES, forming an SMT. 15-minute order block kinda. Now we're at the all-time high there. Get below. Them say I go get zero. Get the power. Alright, let's see if this delivers though. If we take out the high, then I could move to break even. Otherwise, we're gonna get stopped out or get profit. Boom, break even. And secure 1.35 hour there. So winning with this model is absolutely insane, man. So win after win, slowly by slowly, we go learn the model better. So what did I learn here? If I have something contradicting in the first few hours, I can like it affects the trade. For example, like here I was framing the market in both ways, but later when I saw that it could go higher, I had this gap that could obstruct me. Instead of taking this, then I'd rather sit and wait for a better entry. For which, if I could go in the reports and see like the times where the better entries form, so we can start seeing how good we can make the session. So reports, no data. So lowest month was February, where I was down 134, but I'm still in February, I think. Let's see the performance. So days summary, daily win, largest losing day, average trading days duration, largest profitable 0.76%. I can make this better if I risk more, because like we are still under 1%. So if we start risking more, then we can make more. Start risking 1% consistently on a trade. I think we'll start doing that tomorrow. So comparison calendar, let's check the calendar. 2023, is it 2023 or 2024? Yeah, 2024. So February, break even, loser, loser, break even, loser, winner. So we were down in February. By January, good trading week here. Okay, good reversal, good. And let's use the losing streak calculator. If we have 54% strategy, 54, let's say 55, average risk to reward. Let's check it out. Oh, sorry, on this one here. Overview. Profit factor 0.92. Not in February. Okay, average drawdown, max drawdown. Where is the risk to reward? Largest profit. Okay, total fees, swap. Okay, I don't see the risk to reward performance. Okay, so if you go to the dashboard, I think there is something that shows that. Okay. I wonder if there is no risk to reward stuff. Trade expectancy, average win-loss. I think the average win-loss is the risk to reward. Yeah, it has 1.57. Average win-loss trade 1.57. So let's say we have 1.5 here. Minimum win rate for this will be 40%. let's say you're using a 50k account. So you've been making small values per account. No big things there. Okay, so we still have to work on maximizing the win rate, of course. So first things to change is the risk amount. So the reason we can raise we can raise this, but profit factor matters. Profit factor. So I think I'm closing the